So what I was hoping to do right now is just do a quick review of what we talked about today in regards to graphing linear inequalities. And there's just 3 steps that we want to take to do that. So the first thing we want to do is just graph the line. So we want to draw the line. It doesn't matter how you guys do it. You can get it into y equals mx plus b form if you want. Or if you want to find the x-intercept or the y-intercept, that's fine. But what we want to do is we just want to graph the line. That's the first thing we want to do. Now, there is some interesting things that we have to do, or different things we have to do. That it's going to be if your line is going to be less than or greater than, it's going to be a dashed line. Okay, and if it's going to be greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, it's going to be a solid line, kind of based off what we talked about today in class. Now the next thing we want to do is once we have that line graphed, we want to choose a point that is not on the line, and we want to plug that point into the inequality. And we're going to get a special number with that. If that point makes the inequality true, then we want to shade that side of the line that it's on. And if the point does not make the inequality true, then we want to shade the other side of the line. So let's try to do a couple examples here. This is number 3 that you had in your notes. I think we did this in class. So what we want to do is first look at the inequality. Negative 2x is greater than or equal to 2. So we want to graph the line first. So in order for us to do this, in this case, we want to get x by itself. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 2. Okay? And what happens is that we get x is less than or equal to negative 1. Remember, when we divide by a negative, we switch the sign. So what we want to do is we want to draw x is less than or equal to negative 1. So the first thing we want to do is draw the line, which is x is less than or equal to negative 1. And because it's less than or equal to, we are going to draw a solid line. Like this. Bad looking line, but it's going to be that line anyways. Now, what we want to do is we want to choose the point that's not on the line. Now in this case, I'm going to choose like this point right here. I'm going to choose negative 3 or negative 2, 0. Okay? And I'm going to plug it into the inequality. So if I do negative 2 times negative 2, it needs to be greater than or equal to 4. Or 2, sorry. Now is 4 greater than or equal to 2? Yeah. So what's going to happen is I'm going to shade this part of the line. Anything on this side of the line is part of the solution. So let's look at this one. Well, I have 3y is less than or equal to negative 9. So I want to get y by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by 3. So I got y is less than negative 3. So what's going to happen is we're going to draw the line. There's your y-axis. This is your x-axis. Bad looking. So we're going to draw y equals negative 3. And it's going to be a solid line. So this is y equals negative 3. And in this case, we want to choose values that are smaller than negative 3, so we're going to shade everything underneath. Okay? So let's actually look at another example. So I'm going to draw your x-axis right here. Oh, this is your y-axis. And your x-axis is right here. So this is number 8 in your notes. So I want to draw the line. So what I'm going to do is just I'm going to write down the equation x plus y equals 4. Okay? So there's lots of ways you guys can do this. One thing you could do is get y by itself, and I can subtract x from both sides. So you get y equals negative x plus 4. So in this case, we have in slope-intercept form. So your slope would be negative 1 over 1, and your y-intercept would be 0, 4. So I can plot the point at 0, 4, 1, 2, 3. That's your y-intercept, and your slope is down 1 to the right 1. So when I look at this equation, this inequality, it is equal to, so because of that, we will draw a solid line through the points that I have. So remember, now the second step is I want to choose a point that is not on the line. So if I choose 0, 0, 0, 0 is right here, and it's not on the line, so we're going to plug it in. And I'm going to plug it into the inequality. So it was x plus y is less than or equal to 4. So I'm going to plug 0, 0 in. 0 plus 0, is that less than or equal to 4? Is 0 less than or equal to 4? Yes, it is. So what we're going to do is just shade the side that 0, 0 is on. So everything on this side of the line is part of your solutions. So let's try this next one. So first thing we do is graph the line. There's your y-axis, and here is your x-axis. All right, so I have 4x plus 3y equals 24. So I can get y by itself, or I can just find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So if I do 4x plus 3 times 0 equals 24, I get 4x equals 24. So x equals 6. So I have an x-intercept at 6, 0. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your x-intercept. To find your y-intercept, we make x equal to 0. So 3y equals 24. Y equals 8. So 0, 8 is my y-intercept. So 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is your y-intercept. Okay, so what we want to do is just connect the dots. So, like I can get another point right here. And in this case, it's going to be a dashed line because it's not equal to. So it's just going to kind of approximate a dashed line going through these points. Hopefully your line looks a little bit better than mine. Okay? So now I choose a point that's not on the line. So I'm going to choose 0 as 0 again because it's not on the line. Okay? So I do 4 times 0 plus 3 times 0 and see if it's less than 24. Now 0 plus 0 is less than 24. So 0 is less than 24. So I'm going to shade this side of the line. So anything on this side of the line is a solution. So just kind of to go over the steps again. The first thing we do is draw the line. We can use slope-intercept form or to find the x-intercept and y-intercept to draw the line. The second thing I did was choose a point that's not on the line, and we plug it into the inequality. All right. So after I do that, if that point makes the inequality true, I shade that side of the line. If the point does not make the inequality true, then I'm going to shade the other side of the line. Hopefully this helps. If you guys are looking at this tonight, I'll see you tomorrow in class.